Hey YouTube, MegaHevie here, and today I'm going to be doing a review on Apple's iPhone 4. So I got an iPhone. This is so cool because I actually got this sent to me from my uncle who's all the way in Australia at the moment. He upgraded his phone to the Apple iPhone 5, so I was going to get an iPhone with all my money because I started doing a job and stuff. So I was, going to spend a couple of £100 on an iPhone, and then when he found out he could help me, he sent me over his iPhone 4, which was the best thing ever. I couldn't have asked for anything more. So I thought I'd do a review for this phone because it's very, very good. I mean, at first when I thought about it, because I was going to get the iPhone 4S because of the chip, which is A6, I think. It would run better. So I was a bit hesitant of accepting a 4. However, there's not really much of a difference, and it works very well, the 4, and people have told me that the 4 is definitely, worth having. It works just as well as the others, and as you can see, it's running iOS 7. So I'm going to just show you some of the specs of the phone. We're going to go around it, and then I'll show you what I use it most for and what I like about it, and then I'll give you pricing and how you can get your hands on one. So I'm going to go into the specs of the phone for those who are interested and want to know the more technical side of the phone, if that's what affects them when they want to buy a new phone. So this phone is rated at, on the Apple website here on my sister's iPod, 4.5 inches in height, and the width is 2.31 inches, and the depth of it is 0.37 inch, which makes it a little bit more heavier. It is actually 137 grams. I think it's a slightly heavier model than the others. However, you don't want one that's too light that if it falls out your pocket or your hand, you're not going to notice it. So I think this is a very reasonable size and weight. It has up to 300 hours on standby time, which is very, very, very good. Very, very impressed with that. And it also has, for internet use, up to 6 hours on 3G and 10 hours on Wi-Fi. And you can have up to 40 hours of audio playback, which is amazing. And it also has a Retina display and 960 by 640 pixel resolution, which is very, very nice, and got a very, very clear screen. I love it very much. And you've got the necessary buttons, which I'll go into in a second. You've got a 5 megapixel camera on the back here, which does 720p HD up to 30 frames with audio. The front, you've got a VGA camera, however it's not too bad, and the video is still 30 frames per second. And when you go onto the camera here, you've got an LED flash and photo and video geotagging. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it says it on here. And you've got your built-in microphone down here and your speakers on this side here. Not quite sure what that's all about. Your connector for iTunes, and then your home screen button, sleep button, head jack, which is 3.5mm. You've got a volume rocker, and you've got a sort of ringer button here which you can turn on and off if you need to have it on silent, which I think is very handy. And then I've gone onto the back there. So overall, this has got very, very good specs. When I saw them, I was pretty impressed with them, especially the battery life. It seems to be working much better than my BlackBerry, as I would have expected. And I'm going to go into the phone and show you what I like best about it and what I use it most for, and considering it as your new mobile. So when you first look at my phone, you may notice that the main things I have on here are social apps. I love them a lot. So as you can see at my bottom here on this little favourite bar, I'm not quite sure what you call it, I have Twitter and Instagram right at the bottom there. I love the Twitter app on here, and Instagram is my personal favourite. They work so well. All for free. These social apps are very, very responsive. I love them so much. On the next page, I've got games. I've got some photo apps here, some music apps, and some games and wallpapers. And you can also download things to your Twitter and Instagram if you want to see who unfollows you or follows you. So I've got that installed. And up here, you've got your iTunes and App Store. You can get anything you want on there. There's so much in the App Store. In particular, you can get games, business, productivity, world. There's there's about 900,000 apps on the App Store. The most apps you can get on all the app systems. So I love the App Store in particular. I've always wished to use it. I'm so glad I can now. And iTunes, I've been buying my covers from YouTube artists. I've also got little links there. Similarly, Lindy Link, Gardener Sisters. I just love it, and I'm so glad I can finally buy these songs. Another awesome thing about this is the Safari, which I think is fairly responsive, especially on Wi-Fi and 3G. It works quite well. You can tell how well it's doing with this signal strength bar here. You can see it's loaded my tutorial. Let her go. You can subscribe easily there. There's videos here. This is just for YouTube. And then there's plenty of stuff you can search. If I search up, I don't know, if I search up iPhone 4, it's got some Google search results here. I can search. That took like 5 seconds. And you've got some ads here. You've got some specs here, and it will give you so much, and it'll highlight the words that you've searched for. Then there's all the various things like images and videos you can check through to on Google. So I love Safari very much, and also you can add new pages by clicking down here, and it will lay out like that. Press that plus button, you've got a new page, and you can set bookmarks here. As you can see, I've got my bus arrivals when I'm going to school and my work, so this works really well. Another thing that's really cool on here is the phone network. It's so responsive, and particularly from using it for calling. I mean, I don't really call that much, but it's the speaker is very well. You can put it on speaker. You can add contacts to the call. It's so responsive. You can instantly go to your voicemail if you link it up, and then messages. You can also use iMessage if your contact uses an Apple product to contact you. You can send free messages over Wi-Fi, so it's kind of like an instant messaging service. So messages is very helpful. We've got general sounds, wallpaper, privacy. You can connect to iCloud, mail, notes, reminders, and there's so much you can choose from, easily laid out. Half of it I probably haven't even discovered yet. And particularly iOS 7 works so well on the iPhone 4. There's not been any problems with this. Everything seemed to have worked well, so I think overall this is a very, very good phone. Was a bit concerned about it being iPhone 4, not being the 4S or the 5, but now I've got used to it. I'm so thankful for this phone. It's working so well, and I'm so happy that I've got it now. So that's really it. Please like, rate, comment, subscribe. If you've got any questions though, leave them below. If you were thinking of it in the iPhone 4, remember you can ask me any questions, because now I've got the iPhone 4, I can answer any of those because I've had the experience of using one. The pricing is about it's about £300 to £400, I think, brand new, which is much cheaper than the 4S and the 5, about £100 to £200 cheaper probably. Haven't actually seen. With it running iOS 7 and all the apps and response time and the specs, it seems like a very decent phone. And if you want that access to the mail and the Safari and the social and the games and the App Store, there's so much I could say about this phone. You know, it's all there for you. So, as I say, if you've got any questions, leave them below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!